So the title of this one is AITA, Am I the Asshole? I don't want to host our D&D games anymore because of a player's girlfriend. Uh-oh.
He got deep into a friend zone. Let's see.
One of the other players' girlfriends made it bad. This might be about, remember the one we did last week about the player who was a jerk and his girlfriend who was like his simp?
Yeah.
Maybe it's her.
Maybe they are related. This is the two different sides of one story.
Yeah, this is, remember in that one, everybody else left the group and just left the boyfriend and the girlfriend, and the DM was their cousin or whatever, or the guy's cousin. So maybe this is what happened after that, when it was just the three of them.
But I'm referring to the story where the guy was in a friend zone. Even though he was in a relationship with his girlfriend, he was in a friend zone with a girl who was dating the DM.
The DM, the other one we did. Yeah, maybe this is this one too. All right, let's find out.
For the last 3 months, I, male 34, have been hosting our D&D games in my flat. Everything was fine until one of the players wanted to bring his, male 33, girlfriend, female 30, along, which in itself was not a big problem, so we all agreed that she could watch. She didn't want to play herself as she was, in her own words, too experienced. Okay, you're too experienced to play in D&D.
Too inexperienced. Yeah.
Oh, inexperienced.
Inexperienced, yeah. But still, I mean, there's no such thing as too inexperienced to play D&D. You learn as you go. That's how you become experienced.
Just say I don't really want. That's will be understandable in this case. So during the session, she came across as very bored and made loud sighing noises to, I guess, express her boredom, which was disruptive and, to be honest, childish in my opinion. She also had a very rude attitude in general, and complained about the choice of snacks and drinks. What really annoyed me came after the session, however. 2 days ago I logged into Discord and went to our group's video game channel just to discover that the girlfriend was talking shit behind my back, calling my place a dirt hole and me a psycho, as well as my husband a creep. She probably didn't realize that I was in the channel because I use a different name on Discord. Okay, this is non-wife material already, and I would consider dating this girl after that. But you see how good it is to check a girlfriend on D&D sessions.
D&D is the perfect way to test your girlfriend. So you find a new girlfriend, you bring her to your D&D game, and then you decide from that whether she's a keeper. This one's not a keeper.
This is not.
Throw this one back.
I guess I have to explain here, I make paper flowers for weddings and funerals as a side job, so my flat sometimes is a bit untidy, but never unclean or dirty. She apparently found it creepy that a grown man had dozens of paper flowers lying around. Mind you, I put them all on my work desk to make the place more comfortable for visitors. My husband came home in the evening and startled her when he entered their living room. While I can't say for sure why she called him a creep, it is either because there is an age gap between me and him of 7 years, or because he has a disfigured face due to an accident. Wow, 7 years. First of all, 7 years is not an age gap.
No, not for people in, what did they say? They're in their 30s? Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, I'm male 34, so he's like what?
So
41.
the other guy's 41. Who cares?
This is now an age gap. With my ex-wife, I have 7 years age gap difference.
I guess you're a creep too, then. Wait, is she older? Is she the creep, or are you?
No, apparently I am.
You're the creep.
I am.
Okay.
Former ex-creep. Okay.
Yeah, you're a former creep. You're recovering creep.
Yeah.
People are so judgy. I like it though.
Or disfigured face due to an accident. This is...
Yeah, then she's just a bad human. Because
this is bullshit.
Why would you call him a creep because he's disfigured? Like it's his fault? That's terrible.
That's terrible. I was angry, and when the players asked when the next session would be, I told them the date And also that the girlfriend was invited not to come, since she felt so uncomfortable in my dirt hole of a place. By now everyone else had also seen what she wrote. That pissed her off, and her boyfriend as well, who even said that
I should send my husband away too if we're not going to allow spouses to come along anymore. How about we're just not letting rude, ridiculously mean spouses to come?
He is simping. He is covering her very disgusting behavior. He's protecting her like a white knight. To which I called him an entitled prick. Called him an entitled prick and plainly stated that I would no longer host the sessions anymore as long as he wanted to bring her along. The group now is torn into two camps. Those who agree with me and those who want to skip the drama and just want to continue playing with or without her. So, am I the asshole for pretty much making it impossible for our group to continue the game because I don't want the girlfriend in my flat anymore? What? Why? If she I don't understand what's the problem.
He's basically
you are in your mid-30s and this is childish drama. It's like kindergarten drama. You just don't want to see her. She just don't want to be there. So where is the problem?
I have no idea. I think she only wants to be there to ruin the game.
I think she only wants to be there to control her simp.
Yeah, somebody's got to be in control of him at all times.
To be sure that there are no other ladies to get into his pocket.
There's a couple edits. Do you want to read the edits before we decide who's the asshole?
I think... Okay. Well, edit number 1. I am hosting because of my husband's disability and don't want to leave him alone, if it can be avoided. Because a lot have asked why she wants to tag along. I suspect that she has control issues. That's what you see? Yeah. You see? I was in the right.
You just said that, yeah.
Yeah. Take that with a grain of salt, please. I am not that familiar with their relationship. Neither am I, and still I make this assumption. Judgmental assumption. Blunt. Every time a girl behaves terribly and a guy, her boyfriend or husband, protecting her in front of... If she is rude to waiters, for example, and he is protecting her from their attitude, so-called, when they try to protect their dignity, basically, they are simping.
For sure. 100%. All right, what's edit 2?
I was totally blown away by how many people responded, and I am sorry that I can't reply to everyone. He's just sorry for not replying to everybody. Edit 2. Okay,
so a lot of people rang in on this. Before we read any comments from anybody, let's decide.
We will not be affected by comments of Redditors, because our judgment is much more
judgmental,
and objective. Also. True.
Whatever we decide is right.
Completely and absolutely.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
So is he an asshole? What do you say?
I say that the writer is not the asshole. I think he is completely justified in saying, I don't want this person in my house anymore. And if the boyfriend won't come without her, then you're kicked out too, because you brought her here in the first place. And she immediately started crap with personal attacks on my home and the husband. That's not okay. What world is that okay? So not only is the writer not the asshole, but the girl is the asshole. And the husband or the girl's boyfriend is the simp of an asshole.
I would say, though, that replying to the question if the writer is an asshole for not wanting to host his D&D game anymore, for that you can't be an asshole if you don't want to host it. But if the reason is because you don't want some uninvited people be in your house, and for that you just shut down the whole campaign for other people, you are an asshole! He's an asshole! In this case, because if there are enough people to make 2 camps, there are enough people to keep on going in the campaign. Just not inviting both of those. problematic players. No, problematic people. Simping his girlfriend. Yeah.
I would agree with you on that. For him shutting down the campaign for everybody because of these two people, I would agree. That is an asshole move.
And for his husband, who is disabled, as I understand. Yeah, and can't leave the house, I guess. Most of people don't give a damn about this drama and just want to have fun.
I agree. It looks like most of the commenters are on the same page. They all dislike this woman. Not all, but most of them.
Some of them liked her?
No, I'm not finding any that like her, but I'm also not seeing a lot of people. I mean, it gets into some rabbit holes here about bigotry and stuff. I'm not even sure how we got into that, but I don't really want to know. Ignore her. It's your home. Oh, somebody called her a level 5 asshole. How many levels are there? Is 5 the highest level of an asshole? Oh, no. She rolled snake eyes, so I believe she's now level 6. So at least it goes to level 6.
She leveled up?
I guess when she attacked the disabled husband, that's definitely a level up.
Yeah. Milestone. Character development.
I don't see anybody that agrees with her, but I also don't really see anybody that agrees with your comment about him being the asshole for canceling the campaign.
I thought so. Yeah, I thought so.
I agree with you, though. That's a good way to look at it, because he shouldn't kill it for everybody just because of this person. Let's do AITA Part 2. Duke Dens 007. Apparently he is he's an operative for British intelligence. He's asking, am I the asshole for wanting to quit a campaign early after an annoying actually guy ruined my big twist? I hate actually guys. Don't you? Actually. All right, go for it. I can't wait to hear this one.
I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. Edit. I didn't in fact keep it short and sweet. I'd worked heavily with the DM, a close friend of mine, to craft a changeling rogue who actually used to work for the big bad of our campaign and was now on a quest for revenge. But all of that was meant to be a twist, as the other players thought I was just a quiet human rogue with a subclass in being a ranger. I wanted a pet birdie. That is until I made the mistake, or little hint, because the plan was they eventually figure it out through mistakes I make in my backstory, or a reaction to seeing my boss again where I just try to kill him no matter the plan we make. It was a lot. So that is until I made a mistake of saying something like, I actually practiced a little bit of magic in my long life. I only know a spell that can change my form for a minute, as an option to sneak past the guard and a bit of roleplaying. The punctuation is weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Hey, he can't typically do that. Something fishy is going on. So they should have guessed, I guess.
Yeah, they're figuring out that he's changing his form more than he should be able to because he's a changeling, when he's got them convinced he's just using like illusion magic, disguise self or something.
Did he want them to figure it out, or did he want them to be misled?
I think this was meant to be like a late game twist that would be revealed, but they're figuring it out early because he's making mistakes with not even mistakes entirely. Some he mentions mistakes, but in this case, he was changing shape to trick some guards, but he was doing it in a way he shouldn't be able to do if he was a human.
But still, this is a little bit meta, because characters probably didn't know a lot. Like, there are no classes in the world of D&D. They don't know you are a rogue or you are something else. You just have your abilities. It should work something like that. So
yeah, you're right. It is definitely, they're figuring it out on the meta side.
Suddenly, this one guy I'd never met before, but is apparently the most die-hard D&D encyclopedia at their table. Here we go, meta. It was like my second game with them. I'll admit I'd only played a few times before with my friend and some of the people at the table. Oh, this is hard for the second game and already be betrayal. That is not the best move from him as well.
Yeah, it's not.
You have to start with something much easier than that. So I'd only played a few times before with my friend and some of the people at the table, not the whole group. This was my fourth time playing. First game of a new campaign for me, not them. So this guy, this rules lawyer, this diehard D&D encyclopedia, shouts out something like, "That's not on your character sheet, and you can't use magic, you're already multi-classing." And the DM directed him to address that in-game. But he just wouldn't let up. I did make the mistake of pushing when he finally took it to role-playing. Honestly, I just wanted them to brush it off and let me shapeshift once in a while. But then he started being a bit rude about how I didn't understand the rules enough to be at the table, and I can't just do whatever I want. This is a tough situation.
The rules lawyer's being a pretty big jerk about it. He doesn't have to be that big of a jerk about it.
But on the other hand, he wants to play D&D, not a random shit where everybody can do it wherever they want. Also, he wants to keep it a little bit ruly. But on the other hand, if DM allows that, so...
Also, the DM stepped in and said, deal with it in-game. Stop being meta and deal with it in-game.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah. Hey, why are you changing your form like that? I've never seen you cast that spell before, or whatever.
Where did you learn it?
And then you role play it. You don't deal with it meta, like, you don't know the rules well enough to be at this table. That's not your call, right?
But, you don't say to other players you don't understand rules to be at the table. It is like in football. One player will tell the other from the team, you don't know the rules, so get the hell out. You don't do that.
No, nobody's ever going to listen to that either.
You have a referee for this, the judges. So eventually I just let up and kind of unfairly said, my character reveals much earlier than he wanted to that he is a changeling and his name is not blank. He got really quiet but didn't apologize, just said, okay, see, that makes sense now. Which got me so pissed off. Other people at the table played along and tried to make it an interesting scene, but we called the game off early because everyone was a bit high-strung. I don't want to keep playing that character anymore. He's fun and all without that twist, but that was a big moment and I was waiting for it. And now it's just ruined with no way of setting things back. And I don't really want to make a new character and rejoin with that guy. But he's been a part of the table for like a year now and is the boyfriend of one of the players. My friend is telling me that things don't always go the way you want and there will be more cool moments for my character if I come back and play. But I just don't want to anymore. Am I the asshole? Keep in mind, still somewhat new to game, don't rip me apart if I am. I'll listen and concede. If I'm wrong for this, I just don't know. He just doesn't know.
This one's a tougher one. I get that his big plot twist got blown up on him. I think the DM let that get out of control. He should have put the rules lawyer in his place and just said, if you're going to keep being meta, then I'm going to ask you to leave the table. He could have also, this player could have told the rules lawyer off to the side and said, look, dude, you're harshing my game here, all right? I have a plot twist to reveal later. Maybe tell him, but don't tell everybody else, so you still have a reason to reveal it later. And just tell him, shut up about your rules. Yeah. Play it in-game. If you notice me doing something I shouldn't be able to in-game, call it out in-game, and I'll make up a story or a lie or a cover or whatever, and people believe what they believe. So I think the whole thing was handled pretty poorly, letting meta blow up the game.
And letting the player blow up the game as well because he revealed it way too soon. He could tell to DM, like, what the fuck, dude? Why is he saying me what to do? You are here, my interface to the game, or he? What is happening? We are not judging the rules lawyer. We are judging the player who is he an asshole for wanting to quit a campaign early after an annoying actually guy. So is he an asshole?
I kind of think he is. I mean, he even says that his character's very connected to the game. To quit playing the character just because of your plot twist? I mean, it wasn't even that great of a plot twist, was it? I mean, who hasn't played a changeling? There's one in my book that does exactly this. In my book series.
Yeah.
Like, this is not unique. This is a trope. It's probably overused. I think he is. I think he's an asshole for leaving the game.
I agree with you also, because even if it was a good plot twist, D&D is not a book. It is not a movie. It doesn't have a script pre-written, and you don't act according to a script. Anything can happen anytime. So even if it wasn't a trope, it's still not the reason to quit the campaign. I think that the rules lawyer humbled up.
He did.
He said, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I think that he also got his mistake.
He did.
We are not perfect. We can make a mistake. I think that he just wanted to play a game, and he just wanted to tell the guy that, dude, you're doing whatever you want. Why can't I cast fireballs left and right in this place if everybody can do whatever they want?
He did humble up, and that's a good point, but that's where the DM should have stepped in and said, dude, stop being meta, or I'm going to ask you to leave the table. Play it in character. What did your character see? How did he react? Not you. You're not in the game. Play your character. And he didn't, which is why this got so out of control. So I stand by what I say. This is about the writer, if he's the asshole, and I think he is, because he's willing to sacrifice the rest of this game because his silly plot twist got blown up. I mean, all our plot twists are silly, right? We come up with these ideas for our characters that literally nobody else at the table cares about. Right?
Yeah, right.
But we do. But we shouldn't blow up the whole game if our plot twist gets blown.
Yeah, just move along. If your plan is ruined by another player, just shit happens.
Come up with another plot twist for later in the game that has to do with his character blowing your cover. Come up with something new.
All right then. We were judgmental. All of the Am I the Asshole authors turned out to be assholes.
Yes. Not only were we judgmental, but we were 100% right.
And objective. On this beautiful note, we can wrap it up.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, because we're always right, and we're objective, and we're funny.
All of that is true.